U.S. secures Philippines bases to complete arc around China. A heart medication could stop violent crimes from happening. Lab-grown dairy is the future of milk. Research indicating gas stoves may harm health. Japan trading house to allow employees to pursue side careers. San Francisco is getting cold feet about self-driving car tests. Ethiopian giant says Ghanaian rivals is telling tall tales. Oscars bear Andrea Riseborough after campaign review.
G'day, I'm Carrick. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News on this sunny day. Today is Friday, February the 3rd, and let's begin with our top stories. The US has secured access to 4 additional military bases in the Philippines, a key bit of real estate which would offer a front seat to monitor the Chinese in the South China Sea and around Taiwan. With this deal, Washington stitches a gap in the arc of alliances, stretching from South Korea and Japan in the north to Australia in the south. The missing link to this arc had been the Philippines, which borders 2 of the biggest potential flashpoints in the region, Taiwan and the South China Sea.
The U.S. already had limited access to 5 sites under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. According to a statement from Washington, the new additions and expanded access will allow more rapid support for humanitarian and climate-related disasters in the Philippines and respond to other shared challenges, with likely a veiled reference to countering China in the region. The U.S. hasn't said where the new bases are, but 3 of them could be on Luzon, an island on the northern edge of the Philippines, the country's only large piece of land close to Taiwan.
Science now. Beta blockers slow down your heart rate. Doctors prescribe them to patients dealing with cardiovascular issues like high blood pressure or even to treat mental health issues like anxiety. They're actually so effective at calming people down that they have been banned from some sport competitions that require steady, controlled movements like archery or fishing. But now, as it turns out, the calming effects of beta blockers might even help reduce violence. It is presumed that while they are used to treat hypertension, they could also help treat escalating tensions too.
A new study published in the journal PLOS Medicine found that people taking beta blockers were less likely to become aggressive or charged with a violent crime. The authors believe that this opens new doors of the medication to be used to treat mental issues like aggression and violence. A psychiatric researcher at the University of Oxford, Sina Vaso, said beta blockers act by blocking the action of adrenaline and noradrenaline, which are hormones associated with stress, or one basis of the fight or flight response.
Following in the footsteps of the cell-based meat industry, where meat is grown artificially in the lab, scientists at the Californian-based startup Turtle Trees are taking mammary cells from raw cow's milk and boosting them in the lab's bioreactor to produce whole milk. But while cell-based meat is consumed in its entirety, cell-based milk can continue to use the mammary cells to make more artificial milk. It may sound unnatural, but food tech producers say it could be more sustainable than how we get our milk today.
However, Turtle Tree isn't even the only firm showcasing the future of cell-based milk. Central Bottling Company, also known as Coca-Cola Israel, invested $2 million in Israeli cell-based milk company, Wilk, and will be using Wilk's products and Coca-Cola Israel's own Terra Dairy company. Wilk plans to have all of its products for sale by 2024. In May 2021, Spanish dairy giant Calidad Pascual launched Milkubator, the world's first incubator program to fund 5 cell-based dairy startups across the globe.
Last month, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission discussed restricting the sale of new gas stoves. Some scientific research is indicating that they may harm health, as in a study published last December that suggested that it caused 13% of U.S. childhood asthma cases. Researchers in Europe have also recently said using gas stoves without good ventilation can increase the chances of health problems in children. But there has been vocal opposition to any suggestion of a ban.
The media reported a study published last year by scientists at Stanford University in the U.S. indicated that the proportion of nitrogen dioxide in the kitchen could exceed recommended levels after only a few minutes of stove use without good ventilation. Professor Rob Jackson of Stanford University, who co-authored this study, said, "Our work clearly shows that gas stoves cause indoor air pollutants to reach dangerous levels that can harm our health. Not always, but sometimes, and often enough to concern me."
At time on my own, I never thought I could be here.
I take your blessings with your heartaches too. 学习，一切从今天开始。FUNDAY 英语。
A major Japanese trading company has relaxed its rules to allow employees to pursue side careers, such as being a YouTuber or an artist, aiming to retain younger workers who are demanding more flexible work rules. A spokesperson for Japan's third-largest trading house told Bloomberg News that Mitsui lifted its ban on side jobs and will now let employees earn money elsewhere. Bloomberg said the move reflects a drive amongst companies to adopt more flexible working conditions in order to woo younger workers.
本音を言うの避けちゃうから。でもね、居酒屋にいるときは違う。
The media said some Japanese firms like car maker Nissan Motor Co. and airline ANA Holdings Inc. already allow side jobs. Mitsui said, after implementing policies on remote work and flexible work hours, we believe that the time was right to do even more, so employees can pursue both career development and new working styles. The company said side jobs could include coaching, working on a tech startup, becoming a YouTuber, or making art. Some say this decision may have a larger impact on Japanese society as trading houses hold significant influence in the country.
Officials in San Francisco have asked for a halt to the expansion of driverless car tests across the city after a series of incidents that have hampered the work of emergency services. The manager of the San Francisco Department of Emergency Management said that he began to notice a number of 911 calls last year from people who had seen self-driving cars stop without reason and block traffic. This along with cases of erratic driving, such as indicating in one direction and moving in the other.
Members of the company to ride in our cars and experience it firsthand.
Officials said these unexpected stops on busy streets range from minutes to hours. For example, a cruise car reportedly stopped and blocked the San Francisco Fire Department vehicle on its way to a fire. In another incident, a cruise car entered an area where firefighters were working and nearly ran over their hoses. It only stopped when firefighters shattered the front window of the vehicle. Both Cruise and Waymo currently operate small fleets between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in a confined area of San Francisco.
An Ethiopian giant has said claims that a Ghanaian rival has reached a world record-breaking height are just tall tales. After seeing reports about Ghana's giant Sulemana Abdul Samed, Ethiopian giant Ngewo Jima weighed in, claiming he is taller than Mr. Samed. At 2.25 meters, Mr. Jima claims to be Ethiopia's tallest man. Mr. Jima took to Facebook on January 3rd to say, "Bring him if you want. This man won't be longer than me." But both are way short of the man recognized as the tallest man on the planet.
Guinness World Records recognizes Turkish farmer Sultan Kosen as the tallest living person at 2.51 meters. Last month, Mr. Jima told the BBC, "From what I see in the photographs, I can guarantee he's not taller than me." BBC reported last month Ghana's Mr. Summit was measured by a BBC reporter with a tape measure in hand. The tape showed Mr. Summit to be 2.23 meters. The tallest man in the world said, "I have held my record for 14 years. I will not lose my record to anyone. I'm determined about it."
The Motion Picture Academy has completed its unusual review of campaigning procedures following last week's Oscar nominations and concluded that there is insufficient evidence to rescind the Best Actress nod for Andrea Riseborough. Riseborough beat out actresses in the higher-profile films to become one of the 5 women nominated for Best Actress following an aggressive social media campaign and including effusive praise from big-name stars like Gwyneth Paltrow and Edward Norton.
Smackaroos. I don't know, maybe buy a house, buy something nice for my boy.
Academy CEO Bill Kramer wrote in his letter to members that, based on concerns that surfaced last week around the 2 Leslie Awards campaign, the Academy began a review into the film's campaigning tactics. The Academy has determined the activity in question does not rise to the level that the film's nomination should be rescinded. However, we did discover social media and outrage campaigning tactics that cause concern. These tactics are being addressed with the responsible parties directly.
And that's it for the day. As always, we'd like to thank you for following us every day with FUNDAY News. We always hope to improve your English skills and keep you informed about international current events at the same time. Now, if you want to know more about all our programs and keep learning about the world's most important topics all in English, please click on the link in the description below to join FUNDAY for free. I'm Carrick. Until next time.